Well, Richard, you might think that that's the right car for Andy, but I'm not so sure. He's already driven the MX-5 and the MGF, but what about the Peugeot 206 Cabriolet? Let's go and see. Now, Andy, although you'd said that you'd really kind of fancied a two-seater Roadster, we thought we'd bring you this as well, the Peugeot 206 Cabriolet, convertible, whatever you want to call it, because it's a little bit different. What do you think about this?
If I wasn't looking for a soft top Roadster, I would be interested in this because it's the build quality is nice. The build quality is far in excess of the MG. It's got a lot of gizmos and gadgets and air conditioning and all that job, but it's not really in the same camp, to be honest.
Of course, you do get the benefits of having a full electric hood or roof, whatever you want to call it, on this, which folds down very neatly into the back, and of course when it's up, it's like a coupe, which is rather nice, isn't it?
I think that would be good, particularly with respect to the Manchester weather, because it's never quite sure what it's going to do. But I think soft tops have advanced to such a degree these days that
you're not really worried.
You're not.
Something a little bit different for your third car with the Peugeot 206cc. For a start, it's based on an ordinary run-around town hatch, which is very different to the other two. Secondly, well, it's got 4 seats. Just. And thirdly, well, underneath here it has a metal folding roof, so when it's up it's pretty much the same as an ordinary tin-top 206, but when it's down you've got that wind in your hair feeling. The only other place you'll get that is on the far more expensive Mercedes SLK. Now, we can't say too much about running them long term yet, because they've only just come out, but if you think about it, it's just a Peugeot 206, so it can't be too tricky and complicated. They're proving very popular, probably helped by the gimmick of that clever roof, but that is keeping residuals high, which means you shouldn't lose too much money on it if you go for it. And these looks, well, they may not be to everybody's taste. To some it's an absolute must-have, to others it's just a bit too wacky. But if you do want a little bit of practicality in your open-top motoring, you could do a lot worse.
I suppose you could say this is a bit of a sort of compromise car in many respects, isn't it? It's maybe trying to be too many things to all men, perhaps.
Possibly it is. Whether or not it achieves any of its objectives remains to be seen, I think. It does feel a bit like there's some sort of roll or
a bit of structural, yeah, a bit
something
of flex.
Like that. Yeah.
Well, it's common with cars that have been coupes and they've just, you know, chopped the roof off to create a cabriolet. Well, Andy, something tells me you're not so keen on this car.
No, I'm afraid not. It just didn't do it for me.
What is it that you don't like about it, really?
Well, I think it tries too hard to be too many things and doesn't really reach as far as I would like with any of them.
I mean, it's within your budget and it's a nearly new car, but it just doesn't convince you.
No, it doesn't have that fun factor that these other two have.
And that's what you're looking for.
It certainly is.
Well, we'll find out your final decision on these 3 cars very soon. But first, let's head off to the trading post with Peter.